Hey, good morning, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Fandom Minutes. I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And today, we're back with another ranking video.
Oh, yeah.
This time, it's PlayStation. So we're going to give you a list of the top 10 PlayStation games that are due out for the PlayStation 5. Once again, we started with a list of roughly 20 games.
Yep.
It was difficult to narrow these down, very difficult. But I think we did a pretty good job. Again, this is our ranking. You guys are probably going to have a different idea than us. But let us know in the comments what you guys think. If you agree with us, or if you think there's something else that belongs on the list, or something that we should have taken off the list. But without further ado, we're going to turn it over to Matt for a second. Let him give you the list that we started with. And then we'll start into our top 10.
Hey. So these are all the games we watched trailers for and went through, and we had to pick 10 out of this list. So it was hard. We've got Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Horizon Forbidden West, Call of Duty Cold War, Control. What's that? Ultimate? I think it's
Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, Control Ultimate Edition, Madden NFL 21. Starfield, Far Cry 6, Pragmata, Astro's Playroom, Little Devil Inside, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Jet the Far Shore, Ghostwire Tokyo, Hitman 3, Returnal, Bugsnax, Goodbye Volcano High, Stray, Deathloop, Destruction All-Stars, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil 8, Cyberpunk 2077, Ghostwire Tokyo, Final Fantasy 16, Atomic Heart, Hogwarts Legacy, Unknown 9 Awakening, Outriders, Hood Outlaws and Legends, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, Lord of the Rings Golem, and Godfall.
Once again, this was a very difficult choice. We went back and forth with each other on what we thought belonged where and came up with a list that we hope you guys will agree with. And if not, it's fine. We're going to, once again, start with our number 10 spot and work our way up to the number 1 spot. So, Matt, if you want to go ahead and get that started.
So we did leave off some of the games that are obviously going to be really good, like Resident Evil 8. We left off Gotham Knights, and we left off Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because we did discuss those in the Xbox one that we produced. So obviously, those are great games, such as Suicide Squad, Killed the Justice League. We kept those off because we already think those are amazing. And so we kind of wanted to make a list without the games that we already know are super amazing.
A lot of these are games that are more closely associated with PlayStation. Yeah, let's tell them what we got for number 10.
Alright, so for number 10, we have Returnal. And this looks like a really nice sci-fi game, I feel like. I think the storyline for this is going to be really good. I think that you could probably make a movie out of this. Mm-hmm. From what I saw, it felt like kind of like a movie, like a sci-fi action movie.
It really did. It looks to be like there might be some sort of elements of almost like a Groundhog's Day kind of thing. Back from the dead, get a retry on what you're doing. And we noticed there was actually 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, there was 3 games that.
However, this was, I believe,
the best one.
The best of all of those.
Most definitely. Another comment on that is I like when she comes back from death that the planet has changed. Mm-hmm. So it's not the same levels that you're redoing over and over and over again, kind of like in. Kind of like in Deathloop, where probably the stages stay pretty much the same. This one, the planet changes every time she dies. So I really like that addition.
Right.
What do we got for 9?
So for number 9, we've got Project Athia. I believe that's how it's spelled. Yes. Or pronounced. So this game, I kind of, at first, wasn't too keen on it.
Yeah.
After watching the trailer, it's definitely got my interest peaked. I think that it's got a lot of awesome elements to it from what I've seen so far. Once again, this is basically going just off of trailers.
Yes.
So depending on how much they reveal in these trailers, kind of depends on where we go with it. And I just felt like this trailer, it revealed enough to get the gist of it and to understand that I would definitely put this on my top 10 list.
So I think Project Athea, which I believe is how it's pronounced, looks pretty cool. Very fantasy-like game. A lot of the monsters in it I thought looked really good. Overall, I think the gameplay for this game is going to be really fun. Okay, number 7.
So for number 7, we have Pragmata. Now, my first thoughts on this game, I got a really big feeling of Death Stranding.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a similar vibe. It looks to be almost like an end of the world setting.
Yeah.
The technology that this guy's using was really cool. I liked how he popped the little nanobites or whatever into the gun, popped them out like a flare gun.
Yeah.
And was able to see scenes, things that
trace
happened,
amounts and stuff. Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. And then when he whips out the backpack 3D printer, which we need in real life.
Right, that was so cool, and made the net.
Pulls out that like safety net out of 3D printing,
Yeah, that was fast.
That was really cool, and if it incorporates things like that into your actual gameplay, dude, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
The whole trailer from start to finish, for me anyway, was just perfect. Like I was hooked the whole time.
So I like the concept of the robot girl. And I'm really curious to see where it goes with her. Like, obviously, she has some deep storyline. That's going to happen. And I kind of want to know where like a storyline goes. And then at the end of the trailer, they ended up on the moon staring at Earth. And she goes, "Oh, what's that?" And he's like, "Our salvation."
Yeah, I'm really curious to see where it goes. I definitely felt like this one could have potentially been higher on the list, even.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that there's some games that coming up that I just felt like had to make that top 5 cut.
Definitely. So at number 6, we have Hogwarts Legacy. So this doesn't take place after the game. It doesn't take place during the game. This takes place back in the 1800s before everything else happens. So think prequel game in the Hogwarts universe. And what did you think of this before I go into mine?
So I had a feeling this was going to be a good one. And the reason for that was I saw tweets from a couple of YouTubers that I watch. One in particular was talking about how amazing this game looked.
Yeah, it does look amazing.
It was just released. The viewing of it was just released, just not too long ago. At the time of recording, about 2-3 hours ago. So right off the bat, I've always been a Harry Potter fan. This one looks like you get to create your own character.
That's what I'm thinking.
It almost kind of gives me like a Halo Reach vibe as far as like a prequel goes.
Yeah.
I don't know if your character is going to be named or if he's just going to have some kind of generic name.
Yeah.
But it sounds like whatever you do in this game is going to set up for the traditional Harry Potter stories that you've read about.
And it sounds almost like Fable, where you can do both good or bad depending on which way you go as a wizard.
It just looks awesome. I've played a lot of Harry Potter games, and this one by far looks like it is going to be the best.
Yes, I really look forward to the gameplay. Like, I'm probably going to get this game. I'm not going to lie.
I definitely can't wait to see some more gameplay of it and find out, where else
more
it's
of the
going to go.
concepts and everything. Yeah. And also, it had a big open world besides Hogwarts.
Right.
Like, you don't only get a Hogwarts in this game, you get to go out and explore the world. And that was a very nice add-on, in my opinion.
Exactly. So moving on to number 5. So we're finally breaking that top 5.
Woohoo!
We're going to go with Horizon Forbidden West. Now, if anybody's ever played the first Horizon game, it was a big step.
Yeah.
Very, very open world style game. The I don't know if you'd call them creatures, animals that you see are just
stunning.
There's so many good things you can say about these games, and I fully expect this one to be just as good, if not better. Some of the things that we see in the trailer, just showed like a phenomenal step in the correct direction as far
I definitely
as
agree.
this style game goes. It's very difficult to try and come up with something that's fresh, not only in a sequel game, but also in a game that is of a variety similar to a lot of other games out there.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one definitely sets itself apart.
So, with me, you can't get on the internet without seeing somewhere on the internet Horizon Zero Dawn. Mm-hmm. It is everywhere. I don't play the game myself, but I definitely respect the game. Like, it is everywhere, and I can't go anywhere without seeing it. And so, the concept of it I liked. I never played it, but I liked it. I can respect the art of the game. This one, like Mike said, the whole storyline is fresh, it's original, and it's something you don't see often. Like, the whole planet is just completely alien-like, and it gets this whole vibe that you're not on Earth, and it's really a nice, different terrain that I think is going to be really fun to explore. Alrighty, number 4. I didn't even know much about this game, but I think it looks amazing. This is Kena Bridge of the Spirits.
So, right off the bat, what I want to say is this is a very, very beautiful looking game.
Yes.
It's got kind of the more cartoony style graphics. It almost kind of reminds me of like a Disney movie or.
I was going to say
movie.
Anime fused with Pixar.
Right.
Anime Pixar.
The storyline, just from what the trailer shows, looks really cool. It's just a really cute looking game. There's so many little aspects of the nature around you and the like the characters that you interact with. These little like, I don't even know what they are, like trolls or something.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. But yeah, this is a game that I had never heard of prior to doing the research for this video. But looking at it, like just pulling up some of these screenshots here in general, just look how clean and how pretty this game itself looks. Going out here and you're just looking at these massive like trees and these little
terrain
and just beautiful looking game.
So honestly, I'm an Xbox guy, but this game and a couple of those other ones kind of make me want to get a PlayStation 5. Not gonna lie. Like, my wife, she prefers PlayStation. I prefer Xbox. But these games are fantastic, in my opinion, and definitely 100% worth playing, I think. If you haven't checked out Kena Bridge of the Spirits, definitely 100% recommend, and that's only at 4.
Yeah, so that's our top 4. Also, the little black dudes, Nomi dudes that I saw, they're apparently called Rots. They're adorable. They're very adorable. Very adorable. But moving on to number 3. So this game, and you know how we like our superheroes.
You know it.
This game here, the fact that it's not number 1, again, just like I said with the Xbox, this ought to tell you why it's where it is as opposed to the others.
Yeah. So
stay tuned for those next 2. But for this one, we're adding on Spider-Man.
Miles Morales.
So I've played the first Spider-Man, and I've played the Spider-Mans in the past. Not to say anything bad about the previous ones, but last Spider-Man game that came out was amazing. Yeah. It was unlike any other before it. And this one here looks set to do exactly that. Yeah. It'd be better than the past. But with Miles Morales, it feels like Spider-Man in all the right ways.
That's what I was going to say. It's kind of like it's a different character, but he fits the shoes well. Mm-hmm. So I really like that they did include his other powers, like going invisible and electric and stuff. I think that's cool. The first thing that I noticed that stood out to me is that very first scene. The graphics were just so breathtaking. Like, I couldn't get over the graphics. Now, they had bumped up the graphics for the last Spider-Man game before it came out. And then what was released was a little bit less impressive. But with the PlayStation 5's power, I mean, this is probably what we're going to get. And just the stills and the overall look of the game itself, I think looks amazing. I think it'll be a very fun game to play. I think it's going to be very reminiscent of the last Spider-Man game. Number 2, we've got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
So this one here, I feel like one of the strongest reasons why it got number 2, for me anyway, was nostalgia.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank has always been a staple of the PlayStation franchise.
Most definitely.
It's always been there. It's always been a very reliable game. A lot of fun to play. The cartoony aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
The camaraderie between the characters. The nice little puns that go into it.
Yeah, those are fun.
Like up your arsenal and stuff like that. And then of course, who can forget the old PSP commercials with Ratchet and Clank? The guy screaming to use the cluster bombs.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, use the cluster bombs.
But yeah, so this game, I'm super excited to play it. I kind of like the concept. It seems like you're going to get to go through different time and space.
Yes.
To different versions of reality. I saw a dragon in there, and a pirate ship.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time.
So, I'm going to be honest. I didn't really play Ratchet and Clank as a kid. I played it on a demo, and that was it. Yep.
What are we going to do with him?
Right?
I thought I knew the guy.
Ship me off to Eurasia or something. But, with that being said, and me not knowing the whole complete backstory of Ratchet and Clank, I am solid at putting this at 2 because the plot is strong. It has a strong plot. Looks fun to play. The graphics are amazing. And just overall, I feel that this game is going to be a really good addition to the whole Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I really think it's going to be a nice add-on. And so I really felt that, yeah, this could definitely get the number 2 spot, especially with all the nostalgia added on.
Speaking of Ratchet and Clank, who could forget this guy? Shell Shock.
That's his gamer tag, by the way, if you guys didn't know.
It is. I actually had the gamer tag before this character had ever come out. But yeah, there was a character in, I believe, Deadlock. And his name was Shell Shock. And he was kind of like kind of reminded me of like a tanky Transformer almost.
Yeah.
Even had like an army helmet on.
Nice.
But yeah, I used to play Ratchet and Clank with an old buddy of mine, Steven, all the time.
Oh yeah.
We used to play them all the time.
Well, you'll definitely like this then.
So I'm excited. I can't wait to see where they go. The graphics, for being how cartoony the game is,
yeah,
even the graphics are amazing. You can see each and every hair on his ears.
Yep.
Not that it's a hard target. He's got some big O ears.
This is true.
Just the design level, the skill level that went into the design was just awesome. Yeah.
Okay, number 1.
So moving on to that coveted number 1 slot. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that can probably guess what this is.
Surprising for us.
So at the number 1 slot, we decided to put Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, for anybody who's been living under a rock, this is, of course, I believe the 6th Black Ops installment.
Something like that.
And the 6th installment of the Black Ops series and the 17th installment of the Call of Duty series at all.
Very interesting. A note to self, my father, who is 73 years old, has beaten every single one of those 17 Call of Duties.
They're a lot of fun to play. I always loved the story mode. My brother
definitely
was more into the multiplayer stuff.
I like both, honestly.
But the storylines to those games were just always so awesome.
Yeah.
They were the kind of storylines that they make you feel, they make you think.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm ready to play. I'm ready for this game to come out. I'm ready to play. And I think it's going to be awesome. There's a lot of new aspects to this game coming out that have not been done prior to another Call of Duty. And so it'll be interesting to see where they take it. The graphics, I mean, you can't say enough good about them. They look amazing.
Phenomenal.
The different game modes that are going to be included
yes.
are, I believe there's a zombies.
Yes, there will be zombies. Well. Yeah. Can't even have Black Ops without zombies or some type of.
So that'll be exciting.
I can't imagine what the zombies are going to look like.
Oh, I know.
With those graphics. Great. So personally, I'm not the greatest at Call of Duty multiplayer, but I do definitely. I have a respect for the Call of Duty games, and this new one I think is going to be really fun. It'll take place during the Cold War. I'm sure the graphics are going to be completely crazy good. I did hear that this game is going to up the ante some on the maturity level, and that there was going to be sexual scenes as well as, I think it was reported as very violent scenes. So I'm thinking, how more violent can Call of Duty get? But apparently this one pushes the limit.
Also, for anybody that has paid attention, at the time that this video was filmed, the following weekend, which would be the
18th, I believe, isn't it?
18th through the 20th, you can actually play the alpha of the multiplayer. So let us know if you participated in that. Let us know what you thought of that game.
Yeah.
And it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting to see what everybody else thinks about it.
Most definitely. I think it'll be a good game. But we hope you liked our top 10 list. It was really hard to go through all those games and pick out what we felt was the top 10. Some of the ones that I feel were good runner-up games. We didn't even get Cyberpunk 2077 on there.
So, Cyberpunk 2077, it's a phenomenal looking game.
Yes.
The reason that I decided to keep it off the list is just because of the amount of hype that's already been given to that game. We've already known for a very, very long time that it was coming out. And so the fact that it's also available on other consoles was another reason.
That's true,
A lot of these are PlayStation specific.
Yep.
So we kind of prioritize those first.
Yeah.
But Cyberpunk 2077 is one that I am highly anticipating.
Yeah, I think it'll be amazing. A couple other ones that kind of we noticed were Final Fantasy 16, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Outriders looked pretty cool. And then Deathloop and Stray were on the list for quite a while.
They were.
And
ultimately
they got X'd.
But that's not to say anything bad about them.
No.
It's just there were other games that beat them out for the top 10 list. Stray looks to be something a little
unique.
Different. It's got a cat. You're playing as a cat, it looks like.
Yeah.
Robots and cats. So we're curious to see where that one goes.
I want to see gameplay.
I definitely want to see gameplay. That was one reason why it was moved off the list, is we didn't get to see any gameplay.
Yeah. But we hope you guys like this video. Comment in the section below what games you think are going to be super amazing, or what game you're looking forward to the most. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more great episodes from the Fandom Minutes.
All right, guys. And so until next time, I want you guys to have a wonderful day, and be sure to tune in next week.